Okay, guys, thank you for supporting the channel and watching and tuning in today. I definitely have been thinking I just need to put up content that speaks from the heart because so much of the fitness industry and all these channels, they're immensely saturated with all sorts of different stuff that you can find anywhere. And I still very much enjoy coaching, and I have coached quite a few lifters for a decade now, and I'm still coaching and I'm still powerlifting. I'm still training like that. And I think there's a big misconception as far as me exiting the sport. But I don't feel like I've exited the sport. I feel like I've pivoted. And there will come a time in everybody's life where you're going to pivot. You're going to have to pivot. You're going to want to pivot. You know, I've heard a thing every 7 years we become a new person, new interests, new ideas, new beliefs. And I think everyone's going to go through it. So for me, I was this well-known power lifter near the top of the sport, 2,100 pound total, hitting numbers that I can't even like fathom anymore. You know, 772 pound squat and knee sleeves and a belt, a 463 pound bench, and 871 pound deadlift. Like crazy numbers. I was this 255 pound jacked guy on all the steroids, just killing it. And now people are like, what are you? Who are you? You're small. You've lost all your gains. You're weak. And I hear this sometimes, and I pivoted, guys. I haven't exited the sport. I don't. I'm not trashing powerlifting. I'm not. I haven't gotten completely away from it. But everybody goes through a time where you're gonna have to pivot in life, where the setting around your life is going to change. Things are going to change. The circumstances. For me, a big part of that was April 8th, having a my daughter born. Like that changed everything to where, before that I had already come off PEDs, steroids, but I thought to myself, I'm like, I really need to lead by example, and I need to become a more like dangerous man almost. I need to be more well-rounded. I need to develop other skills outside of just lifting, to be able to look after my family, protect them, all that sort of stuff. My mind shifted. It shifted from more, somewhat selfish pursuits of like initially the thought of becoming wealthy is a thought we almost all have. The thought of acquiring wealth, living in a huge house, being well known, famous, all this sort of stuff. Those are the goals I feel like a lot of guys in their 20s have. You get to a point where you start thinking, the goal shifts to like, I want to have my own land and out in the country. I want to, get away from society. I want to get away from all the craziness, the indoctrination and you see on news channels and school, all this sort of stuff. You want to get away from it. You don't want to be part of the sheep. You don't want to just, do whatever the news says. It's all this sort of stuff. I digress, but basically things shift. So for me, developing the skills of having the cardio, being in better shape, being healthier, being able to run, still being strong. I want to learn to shoot better. I want to learn how to shoot a bow. I want to learn how to build stuff like this. That's kind of where my mind's going because that's practical. If stuff hits the fan, I want to know how to take care of my people and take care of myself. And, being a Christian, and I know Chad Wright just talked about this, where he's like, this could be the final days, whether it's 100 years or 200 years left of Earth, because we're at a point in society where we're all interconnected through the internet. And that's kind of one of the prophesizing end time things. So if this is nearing the end of times where stuff gets crazy and let's say we do go to a one world government or currency or something like that at some point, and all the signs are there from Revelations, I want to be resourceful and be in a good spot. So it's, that's just part of it. I know not everybody's a Christian, but that's kind of part of where I'm coming from. And my mind's in more of this protector mode where I want to be that for my people, my loved ones. So now I'm not as strong, obviously. No, I'm not as strong. I'm not as big. I was 204 pounds this morning. But I look at it like a different thing entirely. Like, how cool would it be to be running like a 6 minute mile, squatting 550 pounds, being able to hunt, shoot, all this stuff. And I don't do that. I haven't hunted or anything like that, but I want to learn all these skills to be, to be able to defend myself and defend my family and take care of them and all that. So that's kind of what I'm kind of getting to. I'm trying to segue into that. So I still deadlift, I still squat, I still bench, I still train in a powerlifting manner. I still coach guys in powerlifting. I do all that sort of stuff. But I'm also going down this different road, which is fun and it's unique and it's different. And one thing I've learned too is like I'm my own person. I'm not, some other well-regarded lifter. I'm not some other well-regarded runner. So I can't compare myself to that. And even with like the goal I had for Halloween was like a 550 squat and a 550 mile. And I don't know if that might be a little too ambitious. I might have overshot that. So if it has to be a 615 mile and a 550 squat, that's still pretty cool. That's still progress in my book. So I'm still progressing in my own journey, and I don't need to get boxed into these goals and hitting them right at the exact time I want to hit them. If I hit them down the road, that's great. But just to be better than I was yesterday and keep compartmentalizing each day where I focus on that day and getting one step closer to the goal, that's what matters. So I've realized I might never run a 5 minute mile. I'm 205 pounds almost. A lot of these guys doing that are 170 pounds. So we're on a unique path. Your journey is not mine. My journey is not yours. We can't compare ourselves to each other. It's just be ready. If you have to pivot, the time will come for everybody is basically the point of the story. You're your own person. You're your own person. It's okay. It's okay if it takes you a little longer than you originally thought. That's also part of the journey. Those are the main points I wanted to get across in today's video. And I don't know if it sounds like I'm rambling, but I just, like I said, this industry is so saturated. There's so much other content out there where people are just rehashing the same stuff over and over or talking about the drama in the fitness industry. And it's like, I could do that, but it's played out. It's not pure. It doesn't feel natural. So here I am. I'm just going to kind of talk about what I want to talk about and keep pushing on my journey. So appreciate it if you guys like the video, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Support the channel. Check out my sponsor, Barbell Apparel. Thank you so much for everybody. Let me know what you think of everything I've said in the video today. If you guys agree, if you disagree, all that sort of stuff. I'm out.